Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and doing another pre-release Kaladesh draft. Open Noxious Gear Hulk. Yeah, we gotta take this bad boy, right? 6 mana, 5/4 menace, kill something, gain life. Beautiful. What would be a close second? I definitely need to get out of Eldritch Moon drafting mode. Eldritch Moon was a lot of sort of make your own thing. I'm hoping this format is back to drafting basics, which means looking for open colors. I'm hoping it's a lot easier in this format than it was in Eldritch Moon. It was tough a lot of times because the overall power level of so many cards were also good that it was tough to know sometimes which colors were open. But we're going to take the Noxious Gear Hulk, passing a couple other good cards in black. I like this Foundry Screecher a lot. It's a good card. Very aggressive. I love this Filigree Familiar, a good way to stay open, but come on, we're taking Noxious Gear Hulk. You crazy? What are you, crazy? Okay. So, follow-up pick after the Gear Hulk. If we stay on color with the Dehund Operative, I think this card's probably pretty good. I haven't played with or against it yet, but a 2-mana, 3/2 Death Touch, or Grizzly Bear at worst, pretty good. This Cloud Blazer is fantastic, but I don't know, it feels a little bit ambitious to just straight up go 3 colors with a double color already. Could take the Contraband Kingpin. I think this card is actually very good. But I don't want to box myself into something already. Whereas, actually, I think this Sky Skiff's probably a pretty good vehicle too. But I'm okay taking the Operative, taking an on-color card with our Noxious Gear Hulk. I think this card's probably pretty good. Whether it be a Grizzly Bear at worst, or a 3/2 Death Touch, which is very good at best. So let's take it. Definitely worse than other cards in that pack, but ooh, well, geez, I really like this card a lot. I think this card's super strong. I mean, we've got a Subtle Strike in here too, which is just so good. I think this Sky Whale is like insane though, right? 4 mana, 4 power flying. That is crazy, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. This is crazy. Like, it can only block creatures with flying. I get it, but 4 mana, 4 power flying is a beatdown festival. Subtle Strike is so good too, though. This is a crazy card. Crazy common. I think I'm gonna go Sky Whale. I gotta find out if this card is as insane as I think it is, which I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Okay, I actually like this card. I think this is a cool card. I like the Squad too, though. And there's a Windrake, so some options here. I don't think I'm going to take the Harsh Scrutiny, even though I think this card is perfectly playable. I could take, so Squad versus Windrake. I guess I'd rather have the cheaper flyer. This guy has evasion too, though, and it spits out an artifact for operative synergy. That is something to note. But, I mean, Gear Hulk already has operative synergy too, right? I think getting some evasion's probably not a bad idea. And 4 drops are typically easier to get than 1, 2, and 3 drops. Alright. Windrake it is. Okay, I actually think this Lawless Broker's a good card. I like it. Otherwise, I mean, we have a Hermit. Maybe we just want the Malfunction. I really like this card because it stops vehicles, too. Unlike the white pacifism effect, this one actually can stop vehicles, which is pretty insane. This Lawless Broker seems like a great card, by the way. But we're running 0 removal spells currently, and this one does, you know, pretty well take care. I mean, these removal spells are definitely worse now that I've seen the white common that basically lets you bounce any of your permanents, or maybe it's just any of your creatures, but that would be a way to get rid of that, but that's all right. So probably just take another Windrake over. Actually, Die Young is removal. Maybe we just want, yeah, we probably want the removal. Okay. Take the removal over the second Windrake. And the Lookout. And the Eager Construct. I like all these cards, but let's get removal. Okay, another crack at Lawless Broker, but we can get a flyer again. Probably want the flyer still. When in doubt, take evasion. Although I do want to try this Lawless Broker out. I think this card is good. It's such a good defender. It probably trades with something and buffs your whole team. This card's got to be good, right? Maybe it is just better than Windrake. I actually don't know. It just seems so good. It seems so good on like a stalled board. Maybe it's not good for like blue-black, because blue-black is typically more spell-centric, less creature-centric, but I gotta try this card out. We are in full-fledged experimental mode right now, so let's take it. Disappearing Act is a counterspell, but you gotta bounce. This is more of a counter or a sideboard counterspell. Blade Master's probably good in decks like this. We've already got, well, this is a sorcery. I actually thought this was an instant. Still good. Well, we don't have enough spells for Blade Master right now. How good is the Scavenger? I can't imagine this card is terrible. It's not card advantage, but like getting back at Gearhulk, this card can't be terrible, right? What do we think about Disappearing Act? I don't know either. Let's take the Scavenger. I don't know how bad this card is. I need to play it to find out. Well, here's another one. I wanted to try this card out too. I think this is probably a good bounce effect. Fortuitous Find, though, is probably currently in our deck. It's not insane, but you can like get back at Gearhulk and a regular creature. I feel like the potential upside of this is big. Let's take the Select for Inspection for now, because I like this card. It's good against combat tricks too. Hopefully we find another one of those Fortuitous Finds. We can take the Hermit. I guess it plays well alongside the Die Young. Outside of that, it's not that great. It's a nice body on the ground, so we can fly over top maybe. Oh, wow, that's a late Subtle Strike. Yeah, this card's really good. This card is not, there's no like deception about it. There's no like, how is it so good? No, it's just good. You can just tell. All right, Harsh Scrutiny. We'll take over the Torch Gauntlet, I guess. Wow. Just, oh, well, black's open. That's cool. I can't wait to play these brokers. I hope they play as well as I imagine them playing. So Night Market Lookout. I gave this card a low rating during my set review, but if you have vehicles, I'm sure it's actually just fine. Concealed Courtyard. I think these already like tanked in price in just a couple days. We'll find out, but I'm pretty sure it's not worth much anymore. Yeah, it's only worth a ticket. So they tanked super fast, super hard. All right. So that's not that good. The Wingsmith's okay. Actually, I missed this in the last draft, and someone pointed that out. Yeah, this card is very good. I just overlooked it. I'm definitely going to be overlooking cards early on here, so you'll have to bear with me until I've got just a great grasp of the format. It's going to take me a little while. But yeah, Shrewd Negotiation is a fantastic card. You do have to have enough artifacts, which we currently don't, to justify it, but it's still early enough where we can find the necessary ones to make it work. Like we maybe wheel this Puzzle Knot. Considering how open black is, I don't think that's unrealistic. So you basically play a Puzzle Knot, and then you get to swap it for your opponent's best creature. And closest to Mind Control. Actually, it's more like Switcheroo, if you guys remember that card. So we've got another Die Young. We have an Aether Theorist. I like these cards. I kind of just want to take another Die Young. These work well in multiples, too. If you can save up some. I think this Crane is some good card advantage. The problem is, once again, we sort of need some more artifacts. This does fly, and it's cheap, though. Maybe the Crane is just better because of card advantage. What do you do? Oh, yeah, this card's not that great. It's okay. I mean, the fact that it's sorcery is definitely a downside. It's definitely not as good as you want. However, Crane's not that great if we don't end up with enough artifacts, but the same goes for Shrewd Negotiation. Maybe we just need to prioritize. I think we need to prioritize artifacts. We already have a few Artifacts Matters cards, and I want to get some flyers. I'm going to take it over the removal. Wow. Oh, I've wanted to play this card. This card looks so insane. This card is so good. Just attack for 4 on turn 3 with trample? What? What does this insane card do? Oh, I like this card. This card's cool. It's a tap effect. Works well with Die Young. Could get another flyer. This card's okay. So, should I try out the Sentry? Or do I just take the flyer? Maybe just take the flyer. When in doubt, take a flyer. We've got these brokers, which are going to pair well with them. Block your guy, trade it off, pump my Windrake. I don't know how good this Sentry is. It's uncommon. We're going to have to try it out. I think I'm actually going to take it and try it out. I'm curious. Because the ability is very strong, but I mean, you do want to be able to use it a few times. Ooh. All right, we'll take the Tidy Conclusion here. Hard removal. All right, I admit, the artifact plan's not coming together, but we still have, we can go for a flyer plan if it all doesn't pan out. So we can take another operative, but considering the old artifact plan's not working that well, maybe we just want this Aether trade wins. In response to your removal spell, bounce my thing, bounce one of your things. And the beauty is it's not like the 2-mana one that only bounces creatures. This can bounce any permanent, so I really like that a lot. Oh yeah, this card's sweet. I like this Durable Handicraft. We're gonna take Trade Win over the operative. I think this Make Obsolete is very good. We could take the Subtle Strike here though. They're both combat tricks. Make Obsolete probably has more upside. This can put counters though. Let's just do the Make Obsolete. I think the potential upside of this is higher. I want this P-Foul because we need artifacts too, but isn't this card really good? I feel like it is. It's a pretty excellent big combat trick. So we've got Mind Rot, which I'm sure is not bad. We can take the Monitor. It's just a 3-mana, 3-power artifact. It's really not that great, but I still would like some Artifacts Matter or an artifact plan of some sort. It's not like it's terrible. It's certainly playable. Mind Rot will probably be certainly main deckable, but not terribly exciting. I could take the Disappearing Act. I think this card's probably pretty decent, actually. I think I'm gonna take the Counterspell. If the artifact plan doesn't pan out, so be it. It's not like I'm not gonna cry about it. All right, we can take the Pillar Bug here over the second Subtle Strike. I think I love Subtle Strike, but this is an actual on-color artifact that works well in our deck. Like, it pumps our operative. We can find it on the Crane. The Lawless Broker makes it way better. A 3/4 potential lifelinker. It's got Shrewdness. Well, no, I'd be willing to give my opponent a 2/3 if they weren't in black and they had a bomb creature I wanted to steal. So even that is fine. Although, admittedly, Shrewd Negotiation does not look like it's going to necessarily come together in this deck. So things I'm already on the fence with cutting. I think the Scavenger and the Lookout probably... Lookout for sure, especially considering we don't have any vehicles. So that can get booted. I mean, Operative's going to get booted if we can't. Here we go. So we got the puzzle not back, which is pretty sweet, actually. I still like this rebuff. People have been telling me I'm wrong and it's not good, but I think this card is actually still pretty good. Even in an artifact format, I think. I'm just telling you, it's been a while since I've seen... It's been a while, like Stained. It's been a while since I've seen a hard counter like that, a cheap one. Not since the days of Mana Leak. Now, granted, it's no Mana Leak, but... Alright, let's take the Fabricate, dude. We need more artifacts. This still combos with our... Well, it doesn't combo with Crane. It does combo with Shrewd Negotiation quite well. And even the Broker with multiple bodies, that's good. And the Operative, it works with that too. So, All right, we'll take it over Torch Gauntlet, although Torch Gauntlet probably fine in this deck too. We'll take the squad, though. I wanted to try this card out. Okay, another Fabricate card. We'll take it. Seems fine. Magic.com. I guess we can pass these off to people that need them. Same with these. Oh, all right. Got that back. Could potentially play the Weldfast Monitor. Kind of don't want to, but it is possible. So we don't need to main deck the Harsh Scrutiny either. High Tide Hermit's probably not great for our deck. We don't have like a ton of synergies for it. It basically works with our Sentry and a Subtle Strike. So I don't need to focus my efforts on that. And to be honest, I'd prefer to not play the Monitor. We don't have to play Disappearing Act. You know, I wanted to try out this Midnight Oil. I think this card's actually really good. I think we got to try it out unless there's something busted in here. No, there really isn't. Foundry Inspector's a very good card for decks that aren't ours. I think Bastion Mastodon's actually a great common too. I love that you can just play this any deck. It doesn't matter if you can't give it Vigilance. It's still very well priced for being a colorless card. Let's take the Midnight Oil. Card advantage, I think it's actually good. I talked about it in my set review. I misinterpreted it at first. You do get to keep drawing off of it. It's just eventually you're not going to have a hand size. And you should just be playing your hand out at that point, I guess. But we'll try it. That feels like in our deck going to be pretty difficult to play. So we can take... I've played this Renegade Fighter. I really like this card. It still works well in our deck. We do need some more creatures, but I think we can do it. Minister of Inquiries is still a thing I'd like to try eventually, but that's not going to happen. The Thriving Rats works well with like our Subtle Strike, I guess, but I think the Freighter is just better. This card is very good. And it helps since we can find it off a Glint Nest Crane. So let's take the Freighter. Probably just cut the Disappearing Act, I guess. What's the next cut? Maybe the Scrutiny's going to get booted. More of a sideboard card against bomb rares. So all the... can I just play all the Lawless Brokers, rather? Demolition Stomper, Crew 5 seems a bit excessive. Restoration Gearsmith, well, it's not going to happen since I don't have any way to splash for it. Let's take the Broker. I'm standing by this card's good. If I'm wrong, so be it. I just realized it's not as good as I thought it was. It's still good, by the way, but it isn't as good as I thought it was. For some reason, I thought it was, like, broken. I should have read it a little bit more closely. I thought it was put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, but that doesn't actually make sense. So I can take a second Tidy Conclusion. I mean, instant speed, hard removal. I probably just take it over Glimmer of Genius. We already have the Midnight Oil for card advantage. And then there's nothing else in here really. So, all right. All the conclusions need to be made here. Let's cut the Scrutiny. Probably don't need double Broker since it's not as good. I think this card's probably good. We can take the Screecher, though. I probably want the Flyer a little bit more. This still works well in our deck for, like, Shrewd Negotiation. How many do I currently have to trade? I've got a Puzzle Knot. I'm not going to trade a Freighter. I could trade a Pillar Bug. I'm willing to do that. I could trade a Servo. That's 3. I'm not going to trade a Gearhulk. So, really, there's only, like... Oh, the squad too. So maybe 4. Shrewd Negotiation still looking a little bit difficult to play, but let's take the Flyer here. Get some more evasion going if we can. Evasion is typically good. All the Screechers. You know, I actually kind of like this card, but I don't think this is a deck for it. I think we just take all the Screechers. Actually, we could take another Pillar Bug. That might just be better. Flyers typically better, but artifacts do matter in our deck. And this one is good. The lifelink is relevant. To be honest, I want both, but I can't have both, so here we are. Well, that's cool. Okay. Well, that's good, actually. Ah, Era of Innovation. Do I have Artificers? That's a rogue. You're a rogue. I got a lot of rogues. There's an Artificer. There's two. You're a Construct. You're a Whale, so that's not going to work. There's Soldier. I don't have that many. I do like this card, though, when I played it. I was impressed. But we don't have a lot of Energy Matters cards, so let's just take the Screecher and be happy. Don't worry, be happy. All right, Squad. Another Operative. How many artifacts are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I missed one too. That's not bad. We can take the P-Foul. We can take the Squad. I think I like the P-Foul more than the Squad. I'd like a little more early game if I could, but I want more artifacts too. Quite the dilemma. I think we're going to take the P-Foul. Alright, I'll take the rebuff. I don't think we have space for it, but whatever. Alright, we'll take this for sideboard. Club Security is actually a good card, but I don't think we need it. Alright, I'll take the Vendor. I don't think we need that either. Mine Rot, good sideboard. Alright. Ooh. Second to last pick, playable Puzzle Knot. Another card we can makes our Shrewd Negotiation better. I might actually try and make that work in this deck. So we have some cuts to make, but as I love to say, the best problem to have. So maybe I'm off the broker plan. I thought they were better. They're still fine, but we probably have better things we're doing in our deck. I really can't cut a lot of creatures, though. So we might just dump our bounce effects and stick to our more hard removal. Die Young, Subtle Strike, Tidy Conclusions. Yeah, I mean, we have 15 creatures, so that's like typically where you want to be. I guess Freighter's kind of a creature too. So even though I like the Aether Trade Winds, maybe we just get off of it in this deck. Works well with Fabricate, but that's all right. Let's do a final artifact count because I'm kind of curious for our Operative, our Crane, and our Shrewd Negotiation, which at this point definitely gets to make the cut. So we've got 2 Puzzle Knots. We have a Freighter. We have 2 Bugs. What is that? 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9's good. 9 is good. Now, ones we'd actually like to trade to Negotiation. What is that? That's a Servo token. 2. I could trade. I'd definitely trade Bugs off if I had to. So that's 4, 5, 6. So I only have 6 things to trade with Negotiation. I still think that's enough. So let's get off the bounce effects. I think we're going to focus on harder removal. And I do want to try out the Midnight Oil because I think this card's good. How many flyers did I end up with? So we've got the Crane, the Drake, 2 Screechers. It's 4, 5, 6. 6 flyers. This guy's got evasion. This guy's got evasion. It's not bad. Maybe we cut to make obsolete. As much as I like the card, we just got to make cuts. And I think this is one of them. So we want to keep kind of all of our other removal spells, don't we? And I still have to make 2 cuts? That sounds difficult. Maybe need to be willing to go to 14 creatures. I think the Lawless Broker is probably the weakest creature in the deck. The Sentry's not great either, I admit, because we don't have a ton of energy going. But we've got a little bit. Not much, though. Sometimes you just need to tap one thing, though. It does still work well with the Glassblower's Puzzle Knot. And it can still crew a freighter if it has to. Alright, let's cut 1 broker. I want to try this card out. So 14 creatures. I'm not willing to go any lower, so let's figure out our last cut. Huh. What is our last cut? Might be Malfunction. I like the card. I do like the card, but I don't want to cut an artifact. I still would have a Subtle Strike, a Die Young, and double Tidy Conclusion, which is pretty good. Yeah. I think we're going to cut the Malfunction. I like the card, like I said. I just feel as though we're probably doing better things. And I don't want to cut an artifact. So I can run it like this. How's our deck looking? It looks good. We have a lot of ways to kill things. And we have enough creatures. We have some evasion. We have lifelink. We have card advantage. It's got everything a deck needs. So, all right. Let's find all of our things that actually require blue. I guess none of them do except these. So, mostly black. We'll probably still end up doing like maybe a 10-7 actually is fine. But you really want to play the Sky Whale on turn 4. So maybe just go 9-8. Although, yeah, we've got 4 double black. I probably have to do 10-7 and just be okay with that. All right. 10-7 it is. I like the deck. Blue-black. Here we come. All right. Yeah, looks like a fine deck to me. So we're going to run it like this. We'll see you round 1.